So guys, we have just discussed the TCP server which can handle only one client at a time. Now before going to discuss the next server design in which the server can handle multiple clients, let us go through the observations, that is, let us go through the limitations of the server design that we have just discussed. So this is the state machine diagram of the TCP server which can handle only one client at a time. So you can see that the server cannot accept other clients' request while it is processing the current client. That is, the TCP server state machine is oscillating between the stages 3 and 4. So this is the stage 3 and this is the stage 4. So when the server boots up, it gets halt at the select system call after creating the master socket file descriptor. Now when some client C sends the connection request to the server accepts the new connection request from the new client and the server calls the receive from system call. Now, as soon as the server calls receive from system call, it means that the server is now waiting for the actual data from the client. So, in the stage 3, the server is in a waiting state. The server cannot do useful work in state 3 other than waiting for the new data from the client. So this is the drawback of this design. That is, this design is meant only for single client and single server. So in the scenario where there is only one client and only one server, this design is useful. So as soon as the client sends data to the server, the server gets unblocked from the receive from system call, and then the server moves to the state 4 where it processes the data received from the client. From state 4, the server again comes back to the state 3, that is, it again waits for the new data from the client. So this is actually while one loop. Between stage 3 and 4, the server is in while one loop. So this is what was the overall design of the TCP server that we have just discussed. Remember the design that we have just discussed. The server can handle only one client at a time. So you can write a TCP server that we have just discussed and try to run it. And we will discuss the client program also, that how we will write a TCP client. Writing a TCP client program is fairly very easy. So once we will be finished with writing a TCP client as well as TCP server, you can practice designing the TCP server on your own while following this tutorial as a guideline, and you will realize this state machine, and you will realize the drawback of the server, that the server can only handle only one client. This server. So this server can handle only one client at a time. This kind of design is useful where there is only and only one dedicated client and server. Such server processes are used in system softwares where there is only one client and one server. So in system software, that is, system softwares are those software which are meant to run only on one machine. This server design cannot handle multiple client connections. Remember, servers are just another processes which accept some data from another processes, and nothing special about servers. Servers doesn't generate any data by its own. It just replies to the client after processing client's data or client's request. Server by themselves never sends message to the client without client's initiation first. So this is the property of server. So next we will discuss how to write a TCP client program. Before jumping to the next discussion of how to write a TCP server that can handle multiple clients, let us first take a look on how to write a TCP client, so that once you know how to write a TCP client program, you can write your own TCP server as per this design, as well as TCP client, and then you can analyze that this state machines, and then you can actually realize this state machine of a TCP server that we have just discussed. So let's have a look at the TCP client.c program.